The Duke of Hollywood, John Wayne, made a lasting impression on the motion picture business with his gritty charisma and well-known Western roles. Although his on-screen presence is undeniable, many people are unaware of the enormous financial legacy he left behind. Although Wayne was famous for his extravagant lifestyle and work, his family was unaware of the full extent of his wealth. What startling findings did they find? Even his closest family members were caught off guard by the Duke's wealth, which included surprising secrets and astute investments. Learn the tale of John Wayne's fortune and its unexpected effects on his family. Early life and humble beginnings. John Wayne was born Marion Robert Morrison in Winterset, Iowa on May 26, 1907. His childhood was simple yet full of life-changing events. His parents, pharmacist Clyde Leonard Morrison and Mary Albert Brown, taught him the importance of tenacity and diligence. When Wayne was younger, he moved to Glendale, California, and settled in immediately. California's emerging Western culture shaped his early interest in cowboys and adventure tales. He was frequently spotted strolling the streets with his devoted Airedale Terrier, earning him the nickname Duke, which would characterize his career. He received a football scholarship to the University of Southern California, but his sports career was cut short by a body surfing accident. He was hired as a prop boy on movie sets in Hollywood due to this surprising turn of events. His ascent to fame was made possible by these early setbacks, which strengthened his resolve. Early Hollywood days. John Wayne's Hollywood debut wasn't what one might anticipate from a legendary figure. He gained a close understanding of the filming process while working behind the scenes as a young prop boy at Fox Film Corporation, moving props. He frequently engaged with professionals in the field, learning things that would help him in his acting career. He started playing little uncredited parts in silent movies in the late 1920s, frequently as an extra. After a fortuitous encounter with director Raoul Walsh, Wayne had his first significant role in The Big Trail, 1930. Walsh cast the tall, gregarious young man as the protagonist of the ambitious Western because he saw potential in him. However, Wayne struggled to get jobs after The Big Trail's limited release and exorbitant budget made it a commercial failure. Despite the setback, he spent the following 10 years appearing in B-grade westerns, honing his craft and developing the tough yet lovable characters that viewers would love. The breakthrough role. John Wayne's career reached a turning point in 1939 with the release of John Ford's Stagecoach. Wayne, who was cast as Ringo Kid, a fugitive with a golden heart, enthralled viewers with his gritty charm and captivating performance. For Wayne and the Western genre, the movie was a watershed. Wayne's captivating on-screen persona and Ford's inventive writing brought the genre back to life, demonstrating that Westerns could be both artistically and financially successful. When Wayne initially appeared in the movie, the camera's famous slow zoom-in on him immediately made him a star. His ability to portray strength and vulnerability simultaneously captivated audiences, while critics applauded his organic acting technique. In addition to putting Wayne in the spotlight, Stagecoach raised the bar for Western movies by displaying nuanced characters and compelling storylines. Wayne rose to prominence in Hollywood after that, and his name became a byword for heroic deeds and moral rectitude. Marriage and family life. Like his roles, John Wayne's personal life was equally dramatic. He has 4 children from his first marriage, which lasted 12 years, with the pious Catholic Josephine Sains, Michael, Tony, Patrick, and Melinda. Wayne's busy profession and inability to juggle his obligations to Hollywood and his family caused tension in their relationship. Wayne wed Mexican actress Esperanza Chada Bauer in 1945 following their divorce. Their tumultuous union was dissolved in 1954 due to frequent accusations and envy. More stability came with Wayne's 1954 marriage to Peruvian actress Pilar Pelletti. Wayne became the father of 7 children after they had 3, Marissa, Ethan, and Asa. Despite his hectic schedule, Wayne was a devoted parent, frequently taking his kids to his cherished ranches or on set. Despite its ups and downs, his family life was a source of immense pride, and his children would go on to consider the timeless principles he taught them. Popular films and legacy. Few performers can rival John Wayne's cinematic journey, which spans more than 170 films. Among his most well-known roles are Rooster Cogburn in True Grit, 1969, Sheriff John T. Chance in Rio Bravo, 1959, and Ethan Edwards in The Searchers, 1956. Every role highlighted a distinct aspect of Wayne's character, ranging from the affable, tough-edged cop to the gloomy anti-hero. His greatest accomplishment was winning the Academy Award for True Grit, which solidified his place as a Hollywood icon. Beyond his on-screen personas, Wayne significantly impacted the development of the Western genre, transforming it from formulaic narratives to complex, character-driven stories. His films struck a chord with viewers of all ages because they encapsulated the spirit of the American frontier. Wayne's image is still ingrained in American culture decades after his passing, representing bravery, tenacity, and patriotism. His reputation as the Duke endures because of his enduring popularity, demonstrated by museums, memorials, and the ongoing importance of his films. John Wayne's unique persona. John Wayne embodied a distinctively American ethos and was more than just an actor. His on-screen personas, frequently depicted as unyielding warriors or austere cowboys, reflected his ideals of diligence, integrity, and devotion. He was a memorable character on television because of his tall frame, calm demeanor, and unique drawl, which gave his performances more realism. Off-camera, Wayne was respected by peers and fans for his uncomplicated demeanor and uncompromising values. Despite his notoriety, he continued to be personable and modest, frequently interacting with fans and offering assistance to his peers. He chose parts that reflected themes of justice, sacrifice, and patriotism because he was passionate about telling stories. Audiences found great resonance in Wayne's persona, viewing him as a symbol of optimism and tenacity in addition to being a movie star. His status as one of the most adored characters in Hollywood history was cemented by his ability to relate to people on and off film. Controversies surrounding his views. John Wayne is frequently at the center of controversy due to his outspoken nature. He was a strong conservative who advocated for individual responsibility, a robust national defense, and traditional American values. However, his 1971 interview with Playboy caused a lot of controversy. Widespread criticism was directed at Wayne's divisive remarks regarding racism, Native American rights, and progressive social movements throughout the interview. His detractors called him outmoded and insensitive, while his admirers saw him as a man who was unafraid to voice his opinions. Wayne upheld his convictions in the face of public criticism and remained unrepentant throughout the scandal. His public persona gained a nuanced dimension due to these episodes, which made viewers reconcile the divisive character behind the scenes with the hero they saw on film. Even if his opinions were controversial, they revealed a complex personality that, for better or worse, made him a topic of discussion and controversy for years to come. Collaborations with John Ford. John Wayne and filmmaker John Ford have a legendary collaboration that has resulted in some of the most recognizable movies ever made. They collaborated on 14 films, such as Stagecoach, 1939, The Quiet Man, 1952, and The Searchers, 1956. Ford could capitalize on his unique talents by creating characters that emphasized Wayne's gritty appeal and emotional depth. They respected one another, and Wayne frequently attributed his professional development to Ford. Their relationship wasn't always easy behind the scenes because Wayne often took the brunt of Ford's scathing remarks, who was renowned for being demanding. Nevertheless, their partnership flourished, fusing Wayne's dominant on-screen persona with Ford's imaginative storytelling. In addition to defining the Western genre, the pair's work examined themes of American spirit, loyalty, and redemption. Their films are ageless, demonstrating the depth of their creative collaboration. The Searchers explores complex moral areas, while The Quiet Man offers a rare romantic digression. Breakthrough role in war films. Although John Wayne was most known for Westerns, his entry into the war movie genre had just as much impact. He received his first Academy Award nomination for his pivotal performance as Sergeant John Stryker in The Sands of Iwo Jima, 1949. The movie demonstrated Wayne's capacity to be both vulnerable and a leader, showing him as a tough Marine with a very human side. His portrayal of bravery in the face of fire struck a chord with viewers, many of whom had experienced World War II. His later wartime productions further cemented Wayne's reputation as a hero and patriot, including They Were Expendable, 1945, and In Harm's Way, 1965. While his military parts frequently exuded sincerity and reverence for the armed forces, his ability to switch between genres showed his versatility. Wayne solidified his reputation as a versatile Hollywood legend by inspiring and entertaining a generation with these films. Financial acumen and investments. In addition to being a successful actor, John Wayne was a wise businessman who ensured his fortune lasted. Wayne showed a talent for financial planning by starting BJack Productions and investing in ranches and real estate. He took artistic chances thanks to BJack, creating movies like The Alamo, 1960, which was both a financial risk and a passion effort. Wayne also made real estate investments, owning homes in Arizona and California, and his cherished custom-built yacht, Wild Goose. His ranches, especially the expansive one in Newport Beach, became well-known representations of his prosperity. Wayne's business endeavors included brand partnerships and sponsorships, demonstrating his appreciation of the importance of his public persona. When the value of his fortune was disclosed after his passing, his financial acumen shocked everyone, even his family. Wayne's influence went well beyond the movie industry, as seen by his investments, which guaranteed his children a stable future and showed his vision. Relationships with fellow actors. Many of his co-stars were close friends with John Wayne, renowned for his sociability with other performers. Maureen O'Hara, who starred with him in movies like McClintock and The Quiet Man, frequently characterized him as a devoted buddy with a wonderful sense of humor. Their strong off-screen friendship, based on respect for one another, matched their on-screen chemistry. Wayne had an equally close bond with Ward Bond, another regular collaborator. A frequent presence in Wayne's personal life and a close confidant, Bond starred in many of his movies. In addition to these relationships, Wayne was known for coaching up-and-coming actors, giving them opportunities and guidance. He promoted a sense of camaraderie on set by frequently setting up card games or telling anecdotes to lighten the mood. These connections revealed a side of Wayne that went beyond his tough on-screen persona, reflecting his true self and giving his legacy more depth. Struggles with health. When John Wayne received a lung cancer diagnosis in 1964, it was one of his most difficult struggles. Wayne, who smoked heavily for a large portion of his life, had surgery to remove 2 ribs and his left lung. As a result of the event, he became an advocate for cancer awareness and openly recounted his tale. Wayne's fortitude remained unflinching in the face of the physical damage. He went back to acting and gave standout performances in movies like The Shootist and True Grit. Fans were inspired by Wayne's candor about his health issues, and many of them respected his will to continue working despite the obstacles. He was known as the Duke of Determination because of his fight with cancer. He later had stomach cancer, which finally claimed his life in 1979. Wayne's battle resonated far beyond his hardships, since his health issues demonstrated his unwavering spirit and raised awareness of the value of early detection and treatment. Political involvement. His strong commitment to conservative political ideas greatly influenced John Wayne's public character. He was an outspoken advocate for traditional values and a robust national defense, and he actively backed Republican candidates like Ronald Reagan and Barry Goldwater. As head of the Motion Picture Alliance for the Preservation of American Ideals, this group resisted communist influence in Hollywood during the Red Scare, and Wayne demonstrated his commitment to public duty. He received the Congressional Gold Medal in 1979 to appreciate his support of freedom and democracy and his contributions to American culture. Wayne was unrepentant and steadfast in his beliefs, even if his political views frequently caused controversy. His political actions demonstrated his conviction in upholding the American way of life and the strength of personal accountability. Wayne's political activity solidified his influence outside the film industry and added another dimension to his diverse legacy, whether praised or disliked. Legacy of the Western genre. The Western genre has become a mainstay of American cinema thanks to John Wayne's incomparable contributions. Westerns were frequently viewed as formulaic and unsophisticated before Wayne, but his performances increased the genre by adding nuance and emotional depth. Rio Bravo demonstrated camaraderie and resiliency, whereas films such as The Searchers examined retribution, redemption, and morality issues. Wayne's characters were more than just cowboys. They were morally complex, imperfect people who had to make tough decisions. His partnerships with filmmakers like John Ford enhanced the genre further by fusing gripping stories with breathtaking images. Beyond just his acting career, Wayne influenced directors like Sam Peckinpah and Clint Eastwood, who, in later decades, reimagined the West. Wayne's contributions, which captured the essence of the American frontier, continued to be a standard even as the genre changed. His legacy lives on as his films inspire viewers and uphold the Western as an essential component of cinematic history. The surprising revelation of John Wayne's net worth. John Wayne's family was shocked to discover the true scope of his financial achievement after he died in 1979. Wayne was well known for his charisma and exaggerated image on screen, but he was also a wise businessman who carefully handled his money and interests. At the time, his estate was estimated to be worth $6.85 million, more than $25 million in today's money. Royalties from more than 170 films, his expansive ranch estates, and his ownership of BJack Productions, the film studio he founded, were all part of these riches. His family was genuinely taken aback by the sum and Wayne's careful planning and foresight in securing their financial future. Wayne's financial portfolio demonstrated his keen business abilities, ranging from real estate investments to his collection of priceless mementos. This discovery gave his legacy a new meaning by showing that he was not just a legendary actor, but also a clever businessman whose fortune directly resulted from his diligence and will to support the people he cared about. His role in True Grit. One of John Wayne's most famous roles was that of Rooster Cogburn in True Grit, 1969, for which he received his first and only Academy Award. The character is a seasoned American. Wayne demonstrated his range as an actor thanks to Marshall, who had a sharp tongue and a taste for alcohol. Wayne created Rooster in a way that enthralled both viewers and reviewers by striking a balance between humor, ferocity, and sensitivity. His propensity to embrace flawed, larger-than-life characters was highlighted by the role, contrasting his typical stoic heroes. The Picture, a compelling story of justice and retribution, became a classic and solidified Wayne's place in Hollywood history. One of the most memorable movies of his career, it had a depth because of his relationship with co-stars Glenn Campbell and Kim Darby. Wayne's impact goes beyond the conventional Western pattern, as evidenced by True Grit, a monument to his talent today. Impact of World War II on his career. A contentious period in John Wayne's career was the Second World War. Wayne chose not to enlist, which was criticized during and after the war, in contrast to many of his peers, including James Stewart and Clark Gable. Others conjectured that his developing career contributed, while others ascribed this to his advanced age and familial responsibilities. Wayne was a strong advocate for the War Department despite not being an armed forces member. He entertained troops stationed abroad, took part in USO tours, and acted in patriotic movies like Flying Tigers, 1942, and They Were Expendable, 1945. Despite their importance, these efforts did little to change the public's belief that Wayne had evaded the selection. However, viewers responded favorably to his war pictures, strengthening his reputation as representing American tenacity. Wayne's steadfast support for veterans and his attempts to raise morale demonstrated his dedication to the country's ideals despite the criticism surrounding his lack of service. The formation of BJack Productions. John Wayne showed his entrepreneurial spirit by establishing BJack Productions in 1952. Taking its name from a made-up trading corporation in the wake of the Red Witch, 1948, BJack offered Wayne unheard-of authority over his endeavors. He was able to work with elite talent, create tales that complemented his vision, and maintain financial independence thanks to the production firm. The Alamo, 1960, one of BJack's most well-known works, demonstrated Wayne's commitment to narrating tales with an American heritage. BJack expanded its influence in Hollywood by producing movies with other performers and his own. Wayne was able to ensure the company's long-term prosperity by carefully managing its operations thanks to his business expertise. Even if several of Wayne's projects under BJack did not do well at the box office, The company cemented his reputation as a producer and storyteller driven to make a lasting impact on the business. The Alamo, a personal project. The Alamo, 1960, which John Wayne referred to as his most ambitious effort, brought his love of American history to life. Wayne put his heart and money into the movie as producer, director, and star, even taking out a mortgage on personal property to pay for it. Wayne portrayed the larger-than-life role of Davy Crockett, who reflected his personality in the film, which depicted the actual Battle of the Alamo in 1836. Wayne tried to replicate the Alamo and ensure that all historical elements were treated with care to achieve authenticity. A notable addition to his resume, the Alamo won an Academy Award for Best Sound, despite receiving mixed reviews from critics. Wayne's willingness to take chances for the ideas he believed in was made clear by the project's financial pressure. The Alamo is a tribute to Wayne's devotion to his profession and desire to preserve American tradition through film, even if it was not a huge monetary success. Role in shaping the Western archetype. John Wayne reinterpreted the Western hero by recreating a new archetype that came to represent the genre. His personas, like Thomas Dunson in Red River, 1948, and Ethan Edwards in The Searchers, 1956, gave the conventionally flat cowboy more nuance. In addition to being tough and brave, Wayne's heroes also had serious flaws and struggled with moral quandaries and internal difficulties. Audiences found resonance in this multifacetedness, which provided a more complex depiction of heroism. These roles were enhanced by his work with filmmakers such as Howard Hawks and John Ford, who explored themes of justice, loyalty, and redemption. Wayne's performances were memorable due to his strong on-screen persona and ability to portray vulnerability. He left a lasting impression on the genre by influencing innumerable actors and filmmakers. Wayne's iconic roles ensure his legacy lives on in film history. Today, the Western archetype, a combination of toughness, honor, and introspection, owes much of its evolution to Wayne. Family dynamics and relationships with his children. Like his Hollywood profession, John Wayne's life as a parent to 7 kids was full of energy. Although juggling work and family was difficult, Wayne made it a point to teach his kids resilience and discipline. While providing constant support, he urged them to forge their paths. While his other children, Patrick and Ethan Wayne, pursued acting careers, his oldest son, Michael Wayne, followed in his footsteps and managed BJack Productions. Wayne and his kids had a respectful connection, even though they frequently struggled with the demands of having such a well-known person associated with them. Despite his hectic schedule, Wayne was renowned for his kindness and sense of humor, which helped to create treasured family memories. The family ranch's holidays were especially memorable since they were full of stories and fun. His kids have praised his leadership and love, highlighting that the famous cowboy character was a loving father who genuinely cared for his family. His final film, The Shootist. The Shootist, 1976, John Wayne's last motion picture, was a moving send-off to his remarkable career. Don Siegel, the film's director, narrates J.B. Book's, an elderly gunslinger fighting cancer, a portrayal that uncannily mirrored Wayne's medical issues. The character's contemplations on death and legacy struck a deep chord with viewers, giving the movie a more poignant feel. Wayne's performance was praised for its depth and genuineness, demonstrating his capacity to combine strength with sensitivity. The film's ensemble, which included Lauren Bacall, Ron Howard, and James Stewart, enhanced Wayne's impactful performance, resulting in a fitting farewell song for the iconic performer. Wayne's professionalism and perseverance on set motivated his co-stars despite his deteriorating condition. Wayne's persistent brilliance and capacity to deeply engage audiences are both demonstrated in The Shootist. It is a poignant reminder of his legacy as one of Hollywood's greatest celebrities and his contributions to the film industry. His influence on American culture. Beyond just his movies, John Wayne has significantly impacted American society. He became a representation of rugged individualism, patriotism, and tenacity, fundamental to the national character. At critical historical junctures, like the Great Depression, World War II, and the Cold War, audiences responded favorably to Wayne's depictions of cowboys, soldiers, and frontier heroes. His characters frequently served as moral role models, encouraging viewers to embrace virtues like bravery and integrity. Beyond the movie theater, Wayne's persona impacted everything from politics to fashion. In museums, films, and biographies, his pictures symbolized Americana. Decades after his death, Wayne continues to be mentioned in pop culture and political speeches as a symbol of time when morals were unwavering and tenacious. His lasting reputation as a cultural hero who influenced how people saw the American dream, in addition to being an actor, was guaranteed by his capacity to engage with the public on such a deep level. His passion for the outdoors. John Wayne's passion for the outdoors was a significant part of his life, not just his on-screen character. He grew up in California's broad landscapes, cultivating a strong love of the natural world that he carried into adulthood. Wayne enjoyed riding horses, caring for cattle, and taking in the peace of rural life on his expansive ranches in Arizona and California. In addition, he loved hunting and fishing, frequently going on trips with his loved ones. These outdoor activities perfectly matched the characters he played on TV and demonstrated his gritty genuineness. Since many of his films featured stunning vistas and praised the natural outdoors, Wayne's affinity for nature impacted his career decisions. Fans who appreciated his ability to portray the rugged cowboy and the grounded family guy found him accessible because of his love of the outdoors, which gave his image depth. Iconic collaborations with Maureen O'Hara. One of Hollywood's most cherished on-screen collaborations is that between John Wayne and Maureen O'Hara. Together, the pair starred in 5 movies, including McClintock and the highly regarded The Quiet Man, 1952. There was no denying their chemistry, evident in their passionate conversations and touching moments that enthralled onlookers. O'Hara frequently portrayed independent-minded women who complemented Wayne's dominant demeanor, resulting in an engaging and amusing dynamic. The two connected off-screen, and O'Hara often described Wayne as a kind man. Their partnerships offered a welcome change from conventional westerns by showcasing a variety of emotions, from romantic tension to humorous banter. Because of their ability to play their parts authentically, Wayne and O'Hara became one of Hollywood's most recognizable duos, and their films became timeless masterpieces. Their collaboration enhanced Wayne's body of work and added to the enduring appeal of their joint ventures. The John Wayne Cancer Foundation. 6 years after Wayne's death, in 1985, the John Wayne Cancer Foundation was founded in remembrance of his fight against cancer and his dedication to spreading knowledge about the illness. The foundation continues Wayne's legacy of giving back by funding cutting-edge cancer research, education, and support initiatives. The Block the Blaze campaign aims to educate young people about skin cancer prevention and is one of its major projects. Additionally, the John Wayne Cancer Institute, a pioneer in surgical oncology, receives funding from the foundation for innovative research. Thanks to these initiatives, Wayne's name keeps encouraging hope and advancement in the battle against cancer. Because of his family's active participation, the foundation stays faithful to its principles and positively impacts countless lives. The John Wayne Cancer Foundation is a potent illustration of the Duke's lasting influence, serving as a representation of compassion and resiliency in addition to being a movie star. The enduring legacy of John Wayne. The legacy of John Wayne is a timeless representation of fortitude, nationalism, and great filmmaking. His films continue to be mainstays of American society, demonstrating his enduring influence throughout the decades. Wayne reinvented heroism as a pioneer in the Western and war picture genres by creating likable and inspirational characters. His generosity, financial savvy, and support of cancer awareness made him a lasting impression off-screen. Even though his life was not without controversy, his dedication to his work and unchanging morals are still relevant today. His memory is preserved by monuments, museums, and festivals honoring his efforts. Both detractors and admirers see Wayne as a multifaceted individual who personified the inconsistencies and ideals of his time. His reputation as the Duke will live on thanks to his ability to deeply connect with viewers, solidifying his status as one of the most recognizable characters in Hollywood history.
If you've watched the video till here, that means you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notifications bell icon